Tonight, how a brave 9-year-old girl played a critical role in tracking down the gunman, her own father.
The girl's mother, Carrie Warren, and her grandparents, Teresa and Rick Tracy, were shot by her dad, Robert Warren III, who then left with a high-powered rifle. A medical examiner is finishing autopsies on the victims.
News 13's Frank Fraboni explains how his daughter helped lead deputies to Warren before he took his own life. Frank.
Well, she was part of the call where there are parts of this call that were very emotional, but we have chosen not to air those sections. What we want to draw attention to was just how well she held it together after witnessing such a horror. Operators say it was her call to 911 that provided the most critical information to bring the tragedy to an end.
What's your dad's name?
Robert Warren, and you might find him under Ralph.
Robert Warren?
Ralph Robert Warren III.
A child's cry for help.
To hear the emotion of that little girl and what just happened in the description that she's given, heart-wrenching.
What kind of car did he leave in?
It was like a convertible, and it was silver, and it had a black roof.
But her composure beyond belief.
The detail that she was able to give under the extreme circumstances, unbelievable, just phenomenal.
Experienced 911 telecommunicators were also astonished.
The hardest thing is to get them to calm down where we can get the information from them.
Information-trained operators try to calmly extract from hysterical callers.
We are constantly updating our information, passing it along, putting it in the computer as soon as we get it.
Information in this case,
probably the most critical part of our operation that day,
that came from a brave young girl.
Ralph Robert Warren III.
She was able to give us the name, a very detailed description of the car, which allowed us to tie into another 911 call that we received just a few minutes after he had left the scene, and allowed us to set up perimeters and contain him before any more harm could be done to anyone else.
911 operators say you'd be surprised how strong children immersed in tragedy really are. They say it's amazing what children remember and often provide better information than most adults.